Hello, hello. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this wonderful session. So, my name is Karan Masru, and I have done my BTech in computer engineering from NIT Surat. And at present, I am working as an associate mentor at Geeks for Geeks. So, from the title, all of you must have understood that today we are going to discuss about building a good tech profile and showing your best innings. Okay. So in today's competitive world, we all of us know how much important it is to build a very good tech profile in order to stand out to the prospective employers. And for the same, we have today our guest Yuvraj Garg with us, who will be diving deep into the roadmap for building the same. Hi Yuvraj, welcome to this session, and I would like to tell a bit more about Yuvraj. So Yuvraj has done BTech in computer science from IIIT Delhi and is currently working as a software engineer at Microsoft. Thank you, Yuvraj, for joining us, and all over to you.
Thank you for the introduction, Karan. Hey, folks, how are you all? As Karan said, I am here to help you guys today with the tech portfolios. I'll be guiding you from scratch, from the absolute basics, like how can you start and how can you finally land up in a good land up and have a good portfolio. So let's start. We'll start from scratch and. I'm sure I'll ensure that at the end of the session, you all folks have a better understanding about this domain, right? All right. So let's start with what all things do you need to study. So there are five things. DSA, as you all know, data structures and algorithms, your core subjects. Projects are very important. Aptitude and interview skills. So interview skills is not so to study, but like I like to keep it that way. That these are five pointers. If you excel in these five, then you will be good to go. So let's start and dig deep in each one of these. Okay, so let's start with DSA. So how to start? So absolute basics. I'm sure that each one of you who are here today must know this, but let me quickly go over it. So how to start? Learn a language: C++, Java, Python. There are hundreds of resources available for free on YouTube, online. You all know it. There is no need for me to state it. So study the basics. Let's say you start with some basic data structures. You learn about the language, loops, if else conditions, switch conditions, all of that basic stuff, and then you start to learn the data structures. So let's say the beginning data structures like arrays, strings. You start learning about them. You can read articles about them. There are a lot of free resources, tutorials, video tutorials available on YouTube. Geeks for Geeks have a lot of content, whether you like to read articles or watch demo tutorials on their YouTube channel. It's got all covered. So let's say you learned about a topic, then it's time to start solving questions. So theory for a particular topic does not take that much of time because theory is very limited, and studying it again and again actually does not make very much of sense, because once you get the hold of it, so it's actually about applying it. So theory, when applied to the questions, will actually let you build confidence and gain knowledge out of that. If you'll just study the theory, then actually it is of no not very much use in that way, because I have seen some people that they so I have met some people, freshers. So they say that भैया हमने तो ये stacks, queues, array strings, we have studied these four topics, but we are not able to solve questions when given in a test. So then I asked them, how did you study it? So they told me कि इसकी theory हमने यहाँ से भी पढ़ ली, we studied here also, from here or from here, and we did one or two questions. So we thought that we are good to go. So that is the problem. In data structures and algorithms, the main learning starts to happen actually when you start to apply the theory to the questions, right? So let's say you have started solving questions, and there are numerous platforms: Geek for Geeks, Lead Code, and also many of them. So you can start there. Now the next hurdle is how to select questions. people face difficulty in selecting questions, or they get stuck after selecting a question. So what do I mean to say through that is, let's say you went to Geeks for Geeks, you selected that I want to solve problems related to arrays, and then people skip the step of actually choosing the difficulty level. So there are numerous difficulties, not numerous, so let's say three, we divide in three. Basic, let's say easy, we target easy, then medium difficulty, and then hard difficulty. So, uh, if you directly choose any random question from any topic, let's say arrays, you went on, you did not see that it is of medium difficulty tag, and you went on to it, and you have just started learning it, then obviously you will not be able to do it. There will be exceptions, like one in thousands, but you won't be able to do it because you've just learned the basics. या फिर क्वेश्चन ही बहुत ही ज़्यादा आसान हो, उसको मीडियम डिफिकल्टी टैग मिला हुआ है, सो वो सब छोड़कर you won't be able to do it. So it is very important to select the difficulty level. I have also seen many people commit this mistake of not seeing the difficulty level. So start with easy topics, right? नाउ यू वेंट टू इजी क्वेश्चन, आपने थ्योरी पढ़ ली, आपने इजी क्वेश्चन ढूंढ लिया. नाउ व्हाट टू डू, आपने क्वेश्चन पढ़ लिया एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू कम अप विद अ अप्रोच कि इसको मैं सॉल्व कैसे करूँ. ठीक है, मैंने क्वेश्चन पढ़ लिया, समझ आ गया, मुझे ये नहीं समझ आ रहा कि इसमें एरेज लगेंगे कैसे. मतलब आई नो कि ये एरे का क्वेश्चन है, बट आई हैव नो क्लू दैट हाउ डू आई गो अबाउट सॉल्विंग इट, लाइक एक्चुअली कोडिंग इट. सो अगर फर्स्ट केस है कि you know how to do it via arrays but you do not know how to code it, तब तो फिर you have to go back to that your coding skill of yours कि इसको कोड कैसे करना है, उसमें इशू है. बट इफ यू नो हाउ टू कोड बट यू आर स्टक इन कि एरेज कैसे इसमें यूज हो रहे हैं या फिर हाउ डू आई सॉल्व इट एक्चुअली, मतलब कोड करना इज नॉट द प्रॉब्लम, you are not ready with the approach. So then do not see the solution directly. I have also seen many people commit this mistake. They go to a question, read the question, try for some time, and then if they are not able to do it, then they directly go to a YouTube video और like वो पूरा editorial खोल के देख लेते हैं और पूरा solution देख लेते हैं. They see it, they code it, they submit it. Very good, you submitted it. You'll forget it after 5 days. कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. So the actual step-by-step process of seeing the editorial is like, do not see the editorial at first. हर क्वेश्चन में almost in all the questions you will get some hints कि let's say there are two hints. So first open up the first hint, read it, try to think about it, how you can go about using it. If no luck, if still no luck, go about the second hint, still no luck, then go to the editorial, read the first few lines, do not see the code, do not copy paste the code, do not see the full editorial, read the first 1, 2, 3 lines, try to see in what direction the editor, the person who has answered the question is going in, that how you can solve it, और उसको थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ना स्टार्ट करो एंड देन थिंक ऑन योर ओन. अगर आप पूरा एक बार में पढ़ लोगे तो आपने पूरा सोल्यूशन ही पढ़ लिया. यू गेट द पॉइंट, राइट? सो रीड इट लाइन बाय लाइन, थोड़ा खुद से सोचो कि अच्छा इसे मैं कैसे यूज कर सकता हूँ, हाउ कैन आई गो अबाउट इट, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे the aim is not to solve that one particular question. The aim is to develop our problem solving skills, develop our thinking ability, so that we can tackle any problem and not just this one, right? So this is what we did when we are stuck in a question. हमने धीरे धीरे स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस फॉलो किया एंड इट इज ओके अगर आपको पूरा एडिटोरियल देखना पड़ गया. स्टिल बेटर देन आपने फर्स्ट स्टेप में ही पूरा एडिटोरियल देख लिया एंड you did not give yourself that time to think about it at each and every step. So usse jo you might not see the gain through it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or let's say 10, 15 questions, but you'll surely see the gain if you'll do it for every question that you do. Next thing, how much time should you dedicate in a question of a particular difficulty level? Because I have committed this mistake on my own, that I used to spend like 3 hours, 4 hours stuck in a question, absolutely no clue, and I was like, I used to restrict myself from seeing the whole solution, and hint से भी कुछ clue नहीं मिल रहा है. So I used to spend 3, 3, 4 hours, and this is a huge mistake I think I did, because there is no point in spending 3, 4 hours in one question, dude. There is no point in that. So for an easy question, I'd say about 10 to 15 minutes are enough once you are starting it. Once you have a substantial knowledge about a topic, like in the essay you have done, let's say 150, 200, 250 questions, you are getting the hang of it, so to say. So I think 5 to 10 minutes for easy level questions. For medium difficulty questions, I'd say about 30 to 40 minutes. 30 minutes, I am saying for like intermediate level people, and for people who are just starting it, 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. So this is not a hard time bound, but you get the point, right? And for hard difficulty questions, 45 minutes to 1 hour. So this is a general time frame that I used to follow, but obviously there will be exceptions. Some medium level questions will be super hard and will take more than 1 hour. Some hard level questions will be so much hard that even if you see the solution, then also to actually understand it and let it sink in, you have to spend good amount of time with it. So this is a general thing, but you get the point. Now the next question comes, when to change the difficulty level. So let's say you studied RAs, you came to the easy section, you solved 15, 20, 25 questions. Now you are thinking whether should I move to the medium level or should I stay here and solve more questions. So once you feel very, very comfortable in a particular difficulty level, let's say you are able to solve every question in 5 to 10 minutes, not every question though, because but let's say you get the point, right? So majority of the questions, if you see that you are able to solve it quickly and you are very comfortable with it, then move to the next level. After the easy section, only move to the medium level. Do not go to the hard level straight away, because if you, some people think that okay, I've done 25, 30 questions, let's see what a hard question looks like. If you'll see it and if you're not able to do it, uh, your confidence will get a hit. I have done it and it does matter. Your confidence is super, super essential. So do not do that. Easy, then go to medium, then spend a good amount of time in that region. Once you feel comfortable there, then go on solving the hard ones. And hard questions are actually hard, so it needs, so the major amount of practice, the major amount of your time will you spend in the medium tier, I think, because easy is just for getting started, hard is for pros, and not for pros, like you need a very, very good amount of practice for solving hard questions. But surely, like, you have to go to the hard level, you have to let your mind expand enough through the medium difficulty level questions, and through the hard questions also you have to generate your ability to think. And if you're not able to do so, then obviously we have our hints, our editorial and everything, so that we learn to. So डरना नहीं है किसी भी उससे, but it's just a step by step process. And next, should you make notes? So this is I would say a conflict of interest. Some people say that you should make notes of DSA questions as well. Some people say you should not. Like there is no point in making notes. But I feel like I used to do this. I made notes, and trust me, it helps a lot during revision. When you have one day and you have to revise hundreds of let's say 80 questions or 90 questions, the hard, the medium or difficulty level important questions that you have marked, then do you think you'll be able to go to that particular site, search for the topic, search for the question, then see the code, then you'd see ये मैंने कोड यहाँ पे ऐसा क्यों लिखा था, इस if condition का purpose क्या था, अगर ये नहीं लिखता तो इसे time complexity कैसे hit होगी? You would not be able to do so. So you should always make notes. Notes कैसे बनाने? Like mention, like what I used to do is take a register, divide it into topics. Let's say starting के 50 let's say कुछ भी x number of pages you dedicated to a particular topic. Let's say उसमें मैंने graph के questions I'll put there. अब graph में भी easy level questions का एक subset, फिर then medium level questions, then hard level questions. So मेरा जो register है, I used to call it algo register. अभी भी वही बोलता हूँ मैं. एंड सो एल्गो रजिस्टर में टॉपिक वाइज चीज़ें बटी हुई हैं, डिफिकल्टी वाइज बटी हुई है. सो ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर डे, लेट्स से आई हैव टू रिवाइज लिंक लिस्ट के मीडियम डिफिकल्टी लेवल क्वेश्चंस. सो आई जस्ट हैव टू गो टू द लिंक लिस्ट सेक्शन, मीडियम डिफिकल्टी लेवल क्वेश्चंस, आई हैव इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. ऊपर क्वेश्चन लिखा हुआ है, नीचे उसका शॉर्ट में एल्गोरिथम लिखा हुआ है कैसे कैसे करना है. एंड ऑल्सो द कमेंट्स कि कहाँ पे मैंने अगर कोई जैसे मैं बोल रहा था अगर आपने कहीं पे कोई इफ़ कंडीशन लगाई हुई है या फिर कुछ भी ऐसा किया हुआ जैसे टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इंप्रूव हो रही है या किससे कुछ चीज़ में इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रही है या लॉजिक है कि यहाँ पे ये मैंने इसलिए लिखा है बिकॉज इससे इस एक्स चीज़ लिखने से ये वाई चीज़ अकम्प्लिश होती है सो राइट दैट डाउन हेयर दैट आई हैव रिटन दिस सो एंड सो बिकॉज ये है एंड जो आपका एल्गोरिथम है उसका आपको डायरेक्टली कोड देख के तो समझ नहीं आएगा कि ये ऐसे कैसे सॉल्व हो रहा है हो सकता है आपने एक क्वेश्चन आज किया 3 महीने बाद आप भूल जाओ कि कैसे करना था तो उसका छोटा सा यू कैन राइट द लॉजिक ऑल्सो अपनी लैंग्वेज में इंग्लिश या हिंदी जो भी कि ये ऐसे ऐसे किया है नाउ ये स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट है वाइल सॉल्विंग अ क्वेश्चन आपको 10-15 मिनट हो सकता है आप इसमें लगा दो ये जल्दी जल्दी लिख सकते हो उससे होगा क्या when actually the day of revision comes आपने खोला like I told you लिंक लिस्ट मीडियम लेवल क्वेश्चंस ये रहा ये क्वेश्चन है ये इसका एल्गोरिथम है और ये इसका कोड है और ये कोड कैसे चलता है उसके पीछे का थ्योरी ये लिखी पीछे नीचे so the revision becomes super easy and it is very 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 helpful the day before my Microsoft interview this register was a vardhan to me so putting in the time to make notes is definitely worth it. Now, even if you submit a solution, it is always good to go and look out for other approaches कि और लोगों ने कैसे solve किया हुआ है. Lead code पर also there is a discussion tab where people put their solutions and in detailed approaches also. So हो सकता है आपको अपने सॉल्यूशन से कुछ बेटर लाइक ऑप्टिमल कुछ बेटर सॉल्यूशन मिल जाए इन टर्म्स ऑफ टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी और स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी अगर इफ यू हैव नॉट हर्ड ऑफ दिस टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी और स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी का टर्म सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट इज इन योर स्टडीज ओनली सो इट विल ब्रॉडन योर थिंकिंग स्किल्स इफ यू गो एंड लुक आउट फॉर अदर अप्रोचेज ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि यू थिंक अरे ये तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था ये ऐसे भी तो सॉल्व हो सकता था so think if this happens numerous number of times then won't your problem solving skills and your thinking skills improve obviously it will right okay so we have discussed all of this now the question comes should I give contests so contest quickly क्या होता है time bound में आपको let's say you are given 90 minutes and you are given 4 questions one of easy level two of medium level and one of hard level and you are competing with say n number of people to solve those questions in least amount of time सो क्या है बेसिकली कुछ नहीं क्वेश्चन ही सॉल्व कर रहे हैं बस उस पर टाइम बाउंड लगा दिया है और एक स्कोर बोर्ड बन जाता है जिससे पता चले किसने जल्दी कर दिया कम अटेम्प्ट्स में किया सो इट्स अ गुड कॉम्पिटिशन सो कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग बोलते हैं इसे बट कॉन्टेस्ट्स राइट so when should I give contest so people ask this so there is no right amount of right time to start giving context as such in respect दैट पीपल थिंक कि अच्छा मैं पहले सब पढ़ लेता हूँ देन आई स्टार्ट गिविंग कॉन्टेस्ट सो ये कभी होगा नहीं कि व्हेन यू विल थिंक कि अच्छा मैंने सब पढ़ लिया नाउ लेट स्टार्ट गिविंग कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं सो व्हेन यू हैव अ गुड you have covered a good number of questions you have studied a good number of topics like you have gone in breadth and in some depth in DSA then I think you should start giving contests and it will definitely help you with the your speed and accuracy because now you are solving questions in a particular restricted time frame right now again people ask कि कॉन्टेस्ट देने सो लीड कोड पे मतलब जैसे नॉर्मल डीएसए वाले दें लीड कोड जीएफजी पे जो कॉन्टेस्ट होते हैं या फिर शुड वी गो टू लाइक हार्ड कोर कॉम्पिटेटिव प्रोग्रामिंग सो आई हैव डन बोथ मैंने थोड़ा थोड़ा दोनों किया आई हैव डन प्रॉपर सीपी एज वेल थोड़ा बहुत एंड आई हैव डन लीड कोड जीएफजी वाले कॉन्टेस्ट भी सो व्हाट आई थिंक helped me was that जो कोड फोर्सेस कोड सेफ कॉन्टेस्ट होते हैं दैट आर नॉट लाइक वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड उसमें आपको प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट समझ नहीं आती उसमें बहुत बड़ी सी स्टोरी बनाई होती है और फिर यू हैव टू फिगर आउट कि अच्छा इस स्टोरी में से मेरे को ये एक्स वाई जी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करनी है सो क्या हो रहा है सो यू हैव टू इग्नोर द स्टोरी एंड फिल्टर आउट कि मुझे सॉल्व क्या करना है और मैं कैसे सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ सो आई थिंक वो स्टोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करने की एबिलिटी इन अ क्विकर टाइम लाइक क्विकली in a restricted time bound actually helps because आगे when you will sit for इंटरव्यू से पहले जब ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट होता है उसमें भी देयर आर लॉट ऑफ द टाइम्स स्टोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन ही आते हैं So I think that also helps. And lead code जीएफजी पे भी जो कॉन्टेस्ट होते हैं उसमें भी देर आर स्टोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस, बट वो थोड़े से उतने मुश्किल नहीं होते हैं बिकॉज वो प्रॉपर कॉम्पिटेटिव प्रोग्रामिंग होती है. सो सी I will not be able to tell you about proper competitive programming and lead code in such a short amount of time. But what I mean to say is that contest देने चाहिए. I think कि code forces पर भी you can give, and उसमें difficulty level होता है. So you can like try to टारगेट स्टार्टिंग वाले थोड़े इजी प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं. यू कैन टारगेट दोज. अगर आपको हार्डकोर सीपी की तरफ नहीं जाना है तो सीपी इज कॉम्पिटेटिव प्रोग्रामिंग एंड लीड कोड जीएफजीपी भी यू कैन गिव बिकॉज उनका डिफिकल्टी लेवल इतना मुश्किल नहीं होता है. ऑब्वियसली हार्ड लेवल क्वेश्चंस आर हार्ड. So you get the point. So मेरा point है that you should start giving contest once you have substantial amount of knowledge. I am not going into lead code versus code forces. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I am just saying कि contest देने चाहिए. ठीक है. I think you should do both थोड़ा थोड़ा. बाकी it depends on your interest. If you are very much interested into competitive programming, then obviously like it is your choice whether you should go there or not. Okay, so we have spent a good amount of time in DSA. Now let's go to the next section. I'll quickly cover this. So core. So core subjects में क्या क्या आ जाता है? We have object-oriented programming. We have computer networks, operating systems, database management systems, and system design. So broadly these are the 5 subjects. System design is not asked that very much, and it is not very expected to freshers, but obviously exceptions are there. I have heard from my friends and their friends that some interview in some interviewer in some interview asks them a question related to system design. That's why I have mentioned it here. But usually what I have heard is that system design is thoda sa high level concept, so it is not very much expected in depth from college freshers, right? So majorly these all subjects are taught in your college only if your branch is related to computer science. But even if it is not, then you can prepare these online from video tutorials or articles. Like I studied it from like Geeks for Geeks has a huge repository, huge number of articles related to every topic of every subject. So I used to study those, and also this may be revision is utmost important because this is more towards theoretical थोड़ा सा. So obviously जो आपने आज पढ़ा you will forget about you will forget it in 2 3 4 weeks. So revision is important. So again उसके लिए you will have to make proper notes इसके लिए, right? Next move on to Let's move on to projects. So projects is a way of you showcasing that you have like you can solve a problem or build something using the coding knowledge that you have. So you can learn any technology, let's say web development, app development, blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, anything that interests you, and try to build something small. Like even if it's something very 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 small, try to build something of your own. There are a lot of ideas available online in today's age. I'd recommend to not copy it as it is. Like obviously you can take inspiration from it and try to improvise over it. So that in the starting, if you are following a tutorial, you have something to refer to because you are very new to it. But once let's say you complete it, then let's say you add a new particular feature of your own or something about the UI, you change it if you are doing web development in front end. So if the people watching have no idea about front end, back end web development, so do not get scared of these words. You will get it, you will hear it often. If you are just a college fresher and you have not heard about it, you will get to it, right? So some improvise the project, add something of your own so that you actually learn from it, because there is no point in copying it, right? And you should not copy because it is wrong. The tutorial was there to let you understand the basics because you are very new to technology, and the motto of your motto should be to learn from it, build it, get some hands-on experience, then build something of your own or add some like customize it on your own so that you learn from it and also you are not copying that, and you also gain from it, the teacher also gain from it. So that is the motto. All right, let's move on to aptitude. So aptitude is not very much needed, but obviously a little practice never hurts anyone. So let me ask, how many of you remember all the formulas related to, let's say, trains and upstream downstream board problems, base formula from probability? How many of you remember that? Many of you could, but भूल जाते हैं, right? And तो ठीक है. So we often underestimate this aptitude wala section, but actually in an online assessment, let's say there is only coding and aptitude, and everyone is preparing for coding, right? So let's say everyone, there could be a situation that everyone is able to solve the coding questions, then aptitude can be a deal breaker here. So I'm not saying that you should spend a huge amount of time on this section, but a little practice will definitely help you only. There is no negative, or let's say there is no downside to it. Right. Let's move on to the next section quickly. I think we're running out of time. So interview skills. Right. So interview skills में क्या क्या आ जाता है? So why are we preparing, why are we studying? We are studying for the interview. So communication skills are very, 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 very important. I have taken hundreds of mock interviews. We'll come on to mock interviews as well. I've taken many mock interviews, and I have seen this, that even if you are pro at coding, I gave you a question, you solved it, very good. But from a interviewer perspective, if you are not communicating it well, explaining it well, then I don't think that that interview will be tagged as a good one. So it is one thing to know about the subject, it is one thing to be vocal about it. So communication skills are very, very, very important. If you are not able to deliver what you know, then I think you should start practicing it, and anything can be learned from practice. The best way I tell people to uh, gain confidence in this is that you let's say you are shy of people, right? You two are shy of the interviewer. So what you can do is to inculcate this habit in you. You can, let's say, put a camera, like put your phone in front of you, press the play button, like start recording, and just explain the solution of a particular question to yourself. Then see the video recording and see how you are speaking. Is it very clear or not? You can show it to your friends or anyone who has knowledge about the subject, and ask him or her whether they think that if they were not they if they haven't seen that question before, then by your video, are they able to understand it? So this way you can improve. Or let's say you can directly like remove this video recording thing and explain something to your friend, or anyone who has the knowledge, and then ask him or her the same question, that were you able to make sense out of it? Was I explainable enough? Did I deliver it correctly? Or what do you think I can improve? So by this you can improve your communication skills, right? So communication skills में I have only covered कि question को explain करने वाला part, but obviously starting में how you give your introduction, how you present your projects, so all of this matters, right? uh, what else? So there are some questions in interviews which you know you will be asked, right? Like you will be asked to give your introduction, you will be asked about your project, you will be asked about your resume. So these all things you should not think कि ठीक है इंटरव्यू के टाइम पर ही जाकर I'll construct my answers on the spot. No, you know these questions are short, you will be asked those. So try to prepare something in advance. Like I'm not saying ki learn it and then usko rato, like do not cram it, but actually I think you should uh, have some idea in mind that what all pointers you need to cover. Let's say your project is being discussed, so and the interviewer asks you what problems did you face while building the project. So you should have some pointers in your mind that okay, I state this problem, and this is the solution that I use to solve it. So that will help you to give the answer on the spot clearly, and you you'll be able to cover all the points. So let's say first scenario is that you are answering on the spot, you don't have any pointers in your mind. Interview asks you XYZ question and you answered then and there only. But after the interview you think, okay, I missed that point, I could have added that also. So this is the first scenario. Now second scenario, you were prepared about that question, because let's say it was a question related to your project only. So you were prepared that interview might ask that what problems did I face or how could I improve it, and you have some, let's say, four pointers in your mind. So when the question is asked to you, you have those four pointers, so you'll be able to explain it. So here we did not learn everything and learn a particular answer कि इसको सर 200 वर्ड में learn कर लिया हमने and then we cram it and speak it. But actually we had four pointers that I have to cover this and this, and then you deliver it. So उसके बाद after the interview you will not have this regret कि okay, I missed that pointer, I could have added that also. So preparing for questions like these in advance helps in this way, right? Okay, so I can go over this interview skills topic for like half an hour or hour, but let's move quickly to the next topic. So, how to properly mention your projects in your resume and other things. Let's talk about how should a resume look like. So, resume, I think all of you may know this, that it should not be like very colorful, very lengthy. A simple, sober, decent looking resume works. It should be a one pager resume. On the top, mention about your name, contact details, LinkedIn ID, GitHub repo ID, anything you, Gmail ID. So, contact everything, then your education section, then your skills, internships, projects, achievements. And if it's a tech related, uh, like you're applying for a tech job, then it should be tech related achievements also. Should like you should prioritize to keep the tech related extracurricular activities. You won a particular contest or you got XYZ rank in some big coding event that happened on like on India level or world level. So try to mention those on the top, and obviously like your extracurricular activities you can mention those also. So let's talk about how what all things you need to mention about a project. So let's say on the top you mention that this is the topic of the project, this is the tech stack that I used, and in bullet points you can mention that what is your project, like short description. But actually like the short description should cover the project, and anyone who is not aware of that project should be able to gain from that description that what is it, uh, that what does your project is about. But actually it should not be very lengthy, like paragraphs don't have to need, you don't need to write paras, right? सो बुलेट पॉइंट में क्विकली देन मेंशन कि आपने कब किया था वो प्रोजेक्ट. लेट्स से इट वाज अ लॉन्ग प्रोजेक्ट. सो लेट्स से यू डिड फ्रॉम जून 23 टू जुलाई 23. जून जुलाई में आपने किया. यू कैन मेंशन दैट. ऐड अ गिटहब repository link to your code base, like upload push your code to GitHub and paste the link there, so that the and it should be a hyperlink, it should be a clickable link. I have seen this mistake also, that people put links in their resume but it is actually not a hyperlink. So they put it there, like it says GitHub underlined, it's blue color, but actually when the interviewer or someone clicks on it, then it does not direct to that very particular page, or it is wrong. So be very very careful. Put proper links. And also if it's a website, let's say it was a front end project and you deployed it somewhere. So let's say you deploy it on GitHub pages only. So GitHub gives you this functionality of deploying your website on GitHub pages for free. So let's say you did that, or you paid for a service that deployed your website online, anything of that sort. I'm not going into that. So let's say you have a deployed project, then put that deployment link also in your resume, so that you have a project name. This is the description. I did this project from this date to this date, like this month from this month. This is the tech stack I used. Here is the code base link, and here is the deployed site. So in a short thing, interviewer has everything he or she needs to know about that project. टाइटल है, डिस्क्रिप्शन है, टेक्स्ट टैग ये यूज किया है. इफ इट वाज अ टीम साइज लाइक ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट, यू कैन मेंशन दैट टीम साइज ऑफ 2 to 3, कि 3 लोगों ने काम किया इस पे, इससे इस डेट पे काम किया है. दिस इज द कोड बेस एंड दिस इज द डिप्लॉयड वेबसाइट. सो दिस इज द परफेक्ट वे टू मेंशन योर प्रोजेक्ट. I believe this is the perfect way. If there are some more pointers to it, I may not know of right now. ठीक है. And the resume overall should not be very colorful. Keep it consistent, keep things consistent, the spacing consistent, the headings, the text that you use, the spacing, everything, it should be very simple, very neat and clean. There is no need to design it या फिर कुछ कलर्स डालना, टेक्स्ट बड़ा करना, कहीं पे टेक्स्ट बड़ा कर दिया, font size change करना. You don't have to make it beautiful. You just have to make it neat, clean, simple, sober looking. That is it. Your skills will speak for itself. And also in the project description or anything in your skills, you can highlight, you can make some words of your description bold, so that un par pehle there is like more focus there, right? So you can do all of these things, and there are more things to it, but let's move on to the next topic: mock interviews. So like I said, you just can't keep on studying, right? At the end of the day, you have to give interviews. So you are studying to appear in tests and interviews. So mock interviews are very very important, so that you can get a check on yourself and prepare, check on yourself that how are you doing. Like testing will do that, interviews may you will get that sense of like, am I able to deliver it properly or not. And like you can improve within time, instead of like you prepared for the whole year and then you directly start for the company's interviews. Instead, like plan for mock interviews in your prep time only. So and it helps a lot, it helps a lot, trust me. It is really helpful, right? So I think uh, I think that is it that I wanted to cover right now, else I'll go overload of time.
Yeah, so thank you, Yuvraj, so much for such useful insights, and I hope that our viewers will get advantage of this and will learn a lot of things and apply it to their career and will help take their career to new heights.
Yes, surely.
Yeah, so
All
now
right.
we
Yeah, so
yes, Yuvraj, you may continue.
no, please go on, please continue.
Okay, so now I think we can take some Q&A from the audience. So if you have any questions, you may put it in the comment box. Okay.
uh, all right, folks. So let me also tell you about this uh, new course from GFG, the complete interview preparation course, quickly. So interview preparation course is your one-step solution to cracking that coding interview of your dreams, and all of the things that I talked about: aptitude, DSA, projects, your mock interviews, tests, contests, everything is covered in will be covered. So whether you are a college student, or whether you are someone who wants to switch, or there's an interview coming on, so this is your time to properly learn the concepts, dedicate your time, and this is a great resource. So this is a complete package for you to learn 4 years of programming knowledge in just 6 months. For more details, you can check out the description box. There is a link to the course as well, and let me also quickly show you a glimpse of it. Uh, can you can you please confirm, Karan, is my screen visible?
Not yet. Just a second. Yeah, now it's visible.
Yeah. So, folks, this is the interview preparation course. The link to this is also present in the description box. You may check it later. Let me quickly go over it. So this is the whole content of the course. So like we talked about programming language, the initial concepts, then the data structures part, basic data structures, medium data structures, advanced data structures, then libraries. So C++ में there is an STL library, if you do not know of, it is heavily used. So that is also covered. Data structures में, like I was talking about, advanced data structures. So all of these things, Q, DQ, backtracking, tries, DSUs, everything is covered. And like we talked about core subjects, computer subjects, everything, aptitude, mocks at the end also. So there are projects also and mocks. So you are given 5 mocks. So everything is being given to you. So you can check about this course in the description box. And also, if you do not know of, Geek Week is has started from yesterday. So you are getting a heavy discount of, I think, 30%. And so I think this is a great chance for you all to jump onto it. I think the code is also given in the description box, but I'll tell you verbally also. It's GW 2023, GW 22023. Apply that, and you will get a 30% discount on all the courses, not just this course. So there are a lot of courses, and on all the courses you will be able to get that discount. So after this session, just go there, explore it, and if you find it useful, just don't forget to book your seat. All right. Uh, I
Yep.
think we
Thank you,
can take
Yuvraj.
any
We'll,
questions if they are there.
yeah, we can take some questions now.
I think Himanshu said GitHub is mandatory. Uh, so I think he's asking in respect to the projects. So like I mentioned that for in resume that you have to put your code in in the resume, the link to your code base. So it is not mandatory. Anyone would not ask you why you have not put it, but it is actually like icing on the cake. You have made a project, you have the code base, just push it to GitHub, put a link there so that it is easy to access for the interviewer that what is your code. So it is actually a justification also, and it's a like a proof that you built it on your own. So not mandatory, but very useful.
Yes, definitely. Guys, if you have any questions, then please let us know in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Yes.
So,
Mansi is asking how to practice communication. I think I've already answered that, the communication part.
Techie Guide is asking for some project suggestions if you can add.
So, like I told you, you this is also available on the interview preparation course by GFG. So they had projects like Sudoku solver, or let's say something that you can visualize. So I don't know if you are aware of graphs. So from point A to point B, let's say you have to go and there are some obstacles in between. So and you have to find the shortest path from point A to point B. So this is a problem statement given to you. And let's say you build a project using like a static website or something, and you can visually show it like how will you able to connect point A to point B. Internally it will be using that data structure only, graph only, that algorithm of Dijkstra is only. But if you can visualize it also, then boom, you have a project with you. So these visualizing based projects, I think, are a great tool to showcase your knowledge, because it is related to DSA also, which you have to do वैसे भी, and project का project हो गया, so it's great only. Uh, how to start learning JavaScript, Fardeen. Fardeen, there are a lot of YouTube channels. Just you can go on YouTube, type JavaScript tutorial for beginners. You will get a lot of videos. There are some videos which are like 6 hours long or 7 hours long, which will is a tutorial from very basics to very advanced. So lot of resources online available. How many days are needed to do DSA? Raghavendra asks. Uh, I don't think I have a definite answer to that, but I don't. Acha, I think your question is slightly could be wrong in a way. Like if you are asking कि कितने दिन लगेंगे फिर मैं इसे जल्दी से फ्री हो जाऊं, अगर आप ऐसे पूछ रहे हो तो then you, I don't know, you might be wrong. So डोंट लुक इट एट द वे कि कब जल्दी से खत्म हो जाए, मैं 30 दिन में कर लूंगा, या लेट्स से इफ आई कैन कंप्लीट इन 100 days. Start learning it. It's about going in the breadth and in the depth. I don't know, somebody could do 100 questions in, let's say, 100 days, and somebody could do it in 10 days. So I don't know what is your like current level, how where are you standing. but it takes time. If you are a beginner and you say that I have to complete DSA, then it will take time. And do not think about how many months or weeks I will take. Just one step at a time, one day at a time, and you'll be good to go. I think that is it. I do not see any new questions.
Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, then please let us know.
Yep. Computer vision. Siddesh, again, for the very basics, like if your college offers a course in that, then you can maybe take up that. And again, on YouTube and other things. Like there are a lot of articles. If you like to read, then a lot of articles available. If you like to see like video tutorials, then again YouTube has a lot of resources. So start digging there, and I'm sure you'll find good resources to start at. And once you start gaining knowledge, then maybe start building some projects, look out for some ideas, talk to your like maybe seniors who already are interested and who already are in the field of CV computer vision, and they will like maybe can mentor you in a project. So yeah, this could be a path.
Okay, I think we have one more question. Why product-based companies focus more on DAC?
Okay, so I think the focus of the company is to test you on your problem solving skills, and DSA is a pathway for them to do so. So like we came from school to college via JE. So JE exactly like was a path to test your again problem solving skills, physics, chemistry, maths, and again यहाँ पे भी DSA में you are given a problem and you code it. So think about the process and not the actual process. So what is the project? You are given a problem statement, you understand it, you think about it, how could it be solved, then you turn your solution into code. So this whole process has to be done in your job. That is why they test you, and DSA is just a very small like not small, it is actually a way to imitate that process so that they can test your knowledge. And why do we say that optimize it? You could solve a problem in, let's say, five different ways. But like if you work in a company, then you have to, and you work in a product based company, then your product should be the best possible. And there are five ways to solve to build that product, but you should take the most optimal one so that your customer is the happiest one out there, right? So DSA में भी optimize करना इसलिए optimize करना होता है because ताकि बाद में भी like your mind can think of five different ways and you can select कि अच्छा ये वाली approach सबसे best है and I should take that, right? So it is just a pathway to build that like mental state of yours. What first I learned, Java or DSA for basic? Rishi, start with Java, then go to DSA.
Yeah, so if any
Hmm.
more questions are there, you may ask. Okay, so I think we can end this session here. First of all, I would like to thank Yuvraj for his valuable insights and time given to us and answering the all the questions which were asked. Thank you, Yuvraj.
Thank you, thank you. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you. And at the end, before ending this session, I would again like to remind you guys that Geek Week is going on. So during this week, you will get a lot of good content on coding, and you will have a lot of fun. You will see a lot of new theme-based videos on Geeks for Geeks. And also, you can check out the complete interview preparation course in which all your 4 years of knowledge of college is covered within 6 months, right? So you will have core subjects are covered, languages are covered, DSA is covered, object oriented programming is covered, and much more. Okay. And since Geek Week is going on, an additional 30% discount is available on all the courses. You can use the coupon code which is also shown on the screen, GW2023, and you will get an additional 30% off on all the courses. And I would highly recommend you guys to go in the description and check out the complete interview preparation course, which will cover all your 4 years of journey. And you can also avail this coupon code GW2023 to get additional 30% off on CIP, that is complete interview preparation course as well. Okay. At the end, again, thank you, Yuvraj, and thank you everyone for joining. Have a good day.
Thanks, folks. Thanks, Karan. Good night, everyone. All the
Good.
best.
Okay.